Hello. Welcome. We are about to watch the dev drop. So if you are looking for somebody to yap about all the situation that What Just Dance posted about, we're here. This is what we're doing today. So I just want to preface with, I was under NDA, but I did. Oh my god, we're so in the. Hang on. I want to preface this with, I did know about this already. I got an email ahead of time. Thank you, Just Dance, for letting me know early. It is good because it means that I've had time to actually look into a few things, weigh up a few things, develop thoughts to help you guys hopefully gather your thoughts a little bit, because I know some people are just very passionately saying a lot of things that realistically are not true. First of all, for like a big part of it. So I do appreciate that Just Dance told me earlier. I was under NDA until the announcement got posted today. So woo, no NDA anymore. Yay. But so I did know, and I've had time to think about it. No. See? No. This is what I don't, this is my, right, I'm just going to start off straight off the bat. If you're just going with the idea that we are getting less and less each year, you are not thinking about the timeline and the switch of Just Dance into a live service. Arguably, looking at the current roadmap, we're actually going to get more new songs than we have done in the past, especially with some of the comments that Just Dance have left. But also, what you are all forgetting, and what everyone seems to forgetting, is when Just Dance Plus launched. Why is my PC being a poop head? When Just Dance launched in 2023 iteration, okay, Just Dance Plus had barely anything on it. Barely any. It had next to nothing on it. Of course, for the year of 23 and 24, they were gonna have to dump content into it. That's how you start a service. And arguably, I felt like Just Dance Plus should have been put on hold because it was so bare in that first year. Of course, they're gonna have to give us more at that point. But also, a lot of what they were giving us was repackaged stuff. We didn't actually get many additional new songs as much as people think we did. A lot of it was Just Dance Plus drops. Because Just Dance Plus was naked. It had nothing in it. So of course they have to give us more because there was nothing there to begin with. But now we're at a point where, I was looking into it, Just Dance Plus is very big. It seemingly now is bigger than Unlimited, with the number of songs, including the new songs. So what you need to think about is the fact that we have reached a point with legacy songs as well, where the legacy songs to be added don't necessarily call to a larger audience. There's also going to be ones that can't be added because of rights, etc., etc. So they're moving it in a different direction. And there is nothing, you're not getting less. And I wish some people could think about this in a better, a lot of people are just like, it's less, because we're not getting as many drops onto Plus. But that's just really the wrong way to think about it, because you're going to, with a movement away from this adding legacy songs, there's more of a focus on new songs and more funding being able to put into new songs. I think that is so much more beneficial than carrying on with this attempt to put in legacy songs. And there's so much that goes into putting a legacy song back into Just Dance, particularly on the rights front. Just Dance Plus had nothing on it. They had to content dump it. Of course they did. Like, otherwise, back then you were paying for Just Dance Plus and had next to nothing. But people are going to complain now when they're actually being given a lot of stuff. It just feels like less because you've got used to this like procedure of them dumping recycled content. This is the other thing. It was all recycled content. It all already existed. So like, no, we're not getting less. And you all need to kind of, I think some people need to really think about the timeline of Just Dance and how this is all like, and how Just Dance 2023 and 2024 had to be high volume years. There was not a choice. Because otherwise, asking everyone to play for Plus would have been so redundant because there was nothing on Plus. But now there's a lot on Plus. Plus new songs, plus now what they're doing with 23 and 24. Like, please think about it a bit more logically, I guess is my thing. I sat and thought about it for a while, because initially I was a little bit disappointed. I was like, oh, legacy songs are kind of okay. And then I really thought about it, and I was like, I'm only disappointed because of the volume that was dumped in 23. But in 23, we were all complaining that Just Dance Plus had nothing on it. So they fixed that, but now we're kind of catching up with ourselves again, right? We're kind of catching up with ourselves again. So yes, it's like, it's the balance. Does that make sense? I think a lot of people are just going, it's less because it is physically seeming like less. But it's not. Does that make sense? Did I explain that well? I hope I did. But I just want to address that straight off the bat, because that's something I keep seeing on Twitter and in comments, and it's not true. It's just not true. It's just that we've reached a point where it has to shift, because there's not going to be enough songs to indefinitely add legacy songs forever and ever and ever. Amen, the end. Evening, Quiet Geek. Does that make sense? So, like, I'm not saying, like, it seems like, it's almost like this weird facade. And arguably, I will say, Just Dance made the rod for their own back on this one. A little bit, okay? By launching Just Dance Plus and 23 in the way that they were done, they had no choice but to content dump them. But in that process, made the community feel like this is what it would always be like. And that's where, like, the thing is all very wonky donkey. Does that make, like, I feel that makes sense, right? Like, but realistically, we have more Just Dance content than ever. So, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. I was sure I was explaining that super well. Hang on. I just roll up Freddie. Yes, I'm happy with the amount of exclusive we're getting. I care more about that. But my only worry is about what's happening with the legacy tracks. Right. Okay. I want to talk about this, but let's watch the dev drop first, because I have opinions on that too. I'm not going to go into loads and loads and loads of depth today, because me and Ash did film a podcast episode and we do cover some of this stuff. Let's see if we can. Sorry, I've had to open up the thing big, so I'm in the dark. But, like, okay, but in the world of Taylor Swift, the crowd can keep chanting more, but there's only so much to give. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much to give. So I'm just trying to see if they posted it on... Oh, they did post it on YouTube. Right, here we go. Hold on, let me do this. Let's move to here, maybe? So I'm really... Hang on, I wonder if I can just brighten the camera up to compensate for the fact we're in the dark. Now, I will say, I don't know what's in the dev drop, so this might be where, like, there's some stuff that I didn't know. I kind of got sent, like, a vague summary ahead of time. What if we can do, like, a little bit? Okay, we've done some jig poke. We're going to pretend like I'm not in the dark. Okay, let's... Okay. Chatters, can you see it?
Hayden,
can you hear it?
it's
Do you hear
Hugo
him?
from the Just
Do you
Dance
hear Hugo? Hearing. Fabulous. Right. Everyone be seated for the dev drop. Explain the cadence or how it could change over time. But all games change over time. Like to be so for real, all games change over time. All games change over time. All games change over time. And I think this is like an unrealistic expectation that, again, we'll get into this afterwards, but Just Dance was so communicative in the beginning about trying to grow stuff that people just kind of never questioned because people were happy. And all games change over time. All games change over time. And, like, it was kind of obvious that at some point it would have to slow down, especially on the legacy side. Sorry, Hugo, I realize on my screen you're in like the funkiest dimensions and I don't know. Hang on, let me see if I can fix poor Hugo. He looks so wonky donkey because of, I don't quite know why. He looks fine on my side, but to you guys he looks wonky donk and I don't want to do that to the poor guy. Oh, here we go. He looks more normal now. There we go. Sorry, Hugo.
Community team. Today, I wanted to give you a clear update on what's coming to Just Dance Plus in 2026 and explain a bit of the context behind the decisions we're making for the service this year. Over the past month, we've taken the time to look at how Just Dance Plus evolves and what it means to run a music-based subscription service.
See, so that's like the big thing, right? Because he's just said the exact words that if you really think about it, is what Just Dance is right now. Just Dance is a music subscription service. But the issue with Just Dance is it's not like Spotify where the artists want to upload their music for everyone to listen to. It's there Just Dance wanted to create maps from to get us to play. And that doesn't like kick back to the artist naturally. So there is like those elements of like, this is a music subscription service. It's going to work very differently than a lot of other things we subscribe to in games.
When we work with licensing and music rights, there are real constraints and agreements that shapes the content we're able to bring to Just Dance Plus and the pace at which we can deliver it. These elements don't always show on the surface, but they have a genuine impact on how we build the service throughout the year. To keep Just Dance Plus sustainable and evolving, we needed to adjust the way we structure the service, especially when it comes to how we secure and release content. And that's also part of the context behind the upcoming price update for Just Dance Plus. This means the 1 month pass will go from $3.99 to $4.99, the 3 month pass go from $9.99 to $12.99, and the 12-month pass from $24.99 to $29.99. It's a structural decision, not tied to any single person or single team, but one made to ensure we can continue offering meaningful updates over time.
Right, so let's talk about that really quick. I'm seeing people saying, I'm paying more for less. First of all, no, you're not. First of all, let's just get over that. Like, you're not. You're not paying more. You are paying more, but you are getting new songs pretty consistently. Now, if you look at it in relation to other games, okay, because this is what I was like looking into when they said about the price increase, because I don't like prices increasing in anything, okay? I don't like prices increasing in anything. Nobody does. Nobody likes a price increase. But there's a few things that need to be like factored in this moment, right? One is, don't tell me some of y'all are not buying battle passes to games purely for cosmetics with no gameplay and you aren't paying more than you're paying for your Just Dance Plus. Because I'm sorry, you are. I pay for the League of Legends Battle Pass because I'm a muppet and I pay £15 for a Battle Pass. I pay £15 for a Battle Pass that just has some champions that the game already owns. Hey, Ariel. How you doing? Hey, Shadow Prince as well. Hi. Sorry, just introing myself. On anything? Well, that's up to you. Then that's great for you. But I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, I pay £15. It might even be a little bit more for Battle Pass for League of Legends. And all you get is cosmetics. People do it for Fortnite. I don't know how much the Fortnite... I did try and look it up, but I don't have Fortnite on my computer anymore. But somebody spitballed me how much because it's in V-Bucks as well, so it's confusing. But Fortnite, you pay more for a Fortnite Battle Pass for some cosmetics than you're paying Just Dance for actual gameplay, right? Like, Just Dance's price, about $6.99. So you're still paying £2 less for real... I'm so heated because people are just toxic, right? So you're paying less than that for actual gameplay, right? Like, come on. No other game is doing that. I don't know another game that you're paying like a monthly service for or buying battle passes for that is actually giving you new gameplay. We're getting new gameplay. That is such a luxury. The skin they don't get to pick the song. You don't get to pick the skin either in most battle passes, Versace. To be honest, you don't get to pick the skins. They're preset skins. I know, like, obviously we get surprised with songs, but also you do have a now especially you have a backlog catalog of Just Dance Plus. If you want to know what's going to be on there when you pay for your subscription, you can go and find a list of Just Dance Plus songs, and know what you're paying for. And I think like the price increase being this low, crazy. Hey, Frick, keep going, keep going. So basically, they're upping the price of Just Dance Plus, Ariel, and people are being really salty about it. They have upped it by so little. Hang on, let's just scoot back a minute. They're upping it by, hang on, I do have this on an email. I should just go and open the email.
Here, and it's single person or single, and the 12 month.
Oh yeah, so $9.99 is going to $12.99, $3.99 to $4.99, and the year $24.99 to $29.99. For one, the deals are still great for the longer passes. Just FYI. And it's just, I think people are looking at this and going, well, I was paying this. What changes? But we're getting new songs all the time. We're getting real new gameplay all the time. So how much Ubisoft is struggling. It's impressive that we are getting content like at all. Exactly. This is it. Matteo, exactly. It is impressive we're getting anything. Right? And actually, arguably this year, if you look at the new stuff, and especially, again, adding on the comments that they've put in on Twitter, it looks like we're getting a lot more new songs. And I imagine that's actually because it's probably easier to license the new songs than try and get the licenses back for old songs. Because there's a lot of artists now who are really on board with being in the game. And that's like a current thing. Whereas the problem with a lot of the old songs, although we've got to keep in mind, is that a lot of the old songs, some of the artists don't even make music anymore. Some of them won't have anywhere to go and get a license from. Some artists are completely separated from the song that they made. Like, there's so many complex issues, but the price going up, they're not giving you less, arguably. They're giving you what, to be honest, they're giving you what they should have given you at the start of Just Dance Plus in the first place. We were all just mugs back in 2023 and paid the money when probably, actually in 2023 is when we shouldn't have paid the money. But for sure, it's impressive. Yeah, like, I think what we're getting here is actually genuinely kind of impressive. For 2 is still cheaper than nearly every battle pass I know of that exists. And we get new gameplay, not just some lousy cosmetics we paid way too much for, if you really. And I do it in League. I'm outing myself here. But I would rather, for the amount I'm paying for my battle pass in League, I could have more than 3 months of Just Dance Plus, which has gonna have multiple new songs. Like, we've got to pick our battles. We've got to pick our battles, Pookies. And this is not the battle. This is not the battle. If anything, this is inevitable because also, do you know what's really impressive? That Just Dance Plus has been the same price since 2023. With the way of the world, I'm impressed that we've gone this long without a price increase. And arguably, a lot of other games get away with price increases because they do it in a naughty way. So I did do some nosying around. She did her research because she had the time to, because I got advance notice. Thank you again, Just Dance, for the advance notice. What a lot of games do, because they work through in-game currency, is that they don't up the price of the pass. They up the price of the currency to buy the pass. So you might be thinking, well, I've been spending, I can't remember how much RP, let's say 1,250 RP, I don't think that's quite right, in League of Legends for my battle pass. I've been paying that for the last 5 years. But I know for a fact the actual price for the LP or RP, I can't remember which one it is now, did not stay the same. It's just hidden because it's behind like this second currency situation. The same with V-Bucks. These have all gone up in price. It's just not obvious. Just Dance is making it obvious. They're not running through some weird like Just Dance credit system. They are just saying this is the price. And I think that's better than any sneaky jiggery pokery, and at least you know it's going up. You know what I mean? No, Just Dance does not still support the Wii. Oh, Just Dance, absolutely. Like, realistically, they could be making you pay. Like theoretically speaking, because the closest thing to what Just Dance Plus is something like YouTube or Spotify Music, right? Which, if I remember, my YouTube Music is $8.99 a month. Just Dance is still way less. And Just Dance are paying out of pocket for everything. Hello, welcome in. So, like, just think about it that way. Like, when you compare it to all the other things that exist that are similar, this is still incredibly cheap.
$24.99 to $29.99.
So you got like counter.
It's
Also,
a structural
Hugo,
decision,
your shirt,
not
your
tied to any
jumper.
single person or
Slay.
single team, but one made to ensure we can continue offering meaningful updates over time. What matters the most to us is staying transparent with you and making sure you can clearly see the value of what we're building for 2026. This year, we want to reinforce the value of Just Dance Plus with more variety and a clearer roadmap. Here are the main updates planned for 2026. Starting early this year, songs from Just Dance 2023 edition will join Just Dance Plus in 2 batches.
Okay.
The first batch is available today, and it includes tracks like Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max, Toxic by Britney Spears, Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo, Dynamite by BTS, or Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. A second batch is planned for February 10, with songs such as Stay
Okay, so
by
it's
The
like
Kid
another
Laroi
2
and
weeks.
Justin Bieber, Telephone by Lady Gaga feat. Beyoncé, Locked Out of
This
Heaven
coming
by
out
Bruno
faster than I
Mars,
thought. I
Can't
didn't
Stop
know
the Feeling
we didn't
by
have a
Justin
timescale in the
Timberlake,
email that we got,
and
so I didn't realize
Magic
it was
by
gonna be that
Kylie Minogue.
fast.
The large majority of the original Just Dance 2023 edition tracklist will be added to the service. A limited number of songs won't be included due to licensing
Okay.
conditions, and we'll share the
Yeah.
full list very soon. Songs from Just Dance 2024 edition will then
Makes
start
sense. We
joining
know-
the
we know
service
rights are a big
through
issue.
several batches, rolling out from mid-February. As with Just Dance 2023 edition,
So this is actually, right, arguably, if you think about this is really smart, okay? This is really smart because a lot of these artists, obviously, especially from like the more recent games like 23, 24, like Just Dance and agreed to be in it at that time, right? So revisiting them and going back to them and being like, hey, can we now license this to put on the live service too for X amount of time is genuinely really smart. It's really smart, especially in like the hellscape that is music rights. And any content creator will tell you dealing with DMCA right now is like so freaking annoying. That like this is a really smart thing for them to do. Genuinely. And probably a way lower cost way to do it as well.
some maps won't be able to return due to licensing conditions, but will clearly communicate the content of each batch as soon as
Which makes
everything is
sense.
validated. And there's another piece of good news I wanted to share with you. The camera controller mode will be available on the Just Dance 23 and
I think that's
24 edition
great.
maps,
I think
joining
this is
Just Dance
great.
Plus. This means full body scoring on these returning songs.
A lot of people were hoping this would eventually come in. And again, this is something that like, if you can take off your like tinfoil hat for a minute as the person playing the game and really think about it from like a business perspective, right? You're running a business. To spend the time putting camera scoring onto these songs, but then to just not do anything with them and still make it that you have to own the pack, own the game, it's not worth the investment and time. But if you then take these songs and put them onto Plus, you kind of can get like recoup some of that money because you're making money from Plus. It's really, really smart. And I think a lot of people appreciate this because this is something that has been heavily asked for 23 and 24. So I do think that this is really smart. Like, and honestly, I don't use camera scoring a bunch, but I think this is a smart move.
thing many of you asked for.
Okay, actually, I'm just gonna touch on that, Astro. So, yes, I know it seems weird that they would add new era songs to JD Plus, but this is the difference, right? So I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, why did I buy JD 23? Or why did I buy JD 24? Now, the difference is going to be the same as when you buy a song pack, okay? So, like, I have bought some of the song packs. My reasoning for doing so is the same as why, like, it's the same thing as when people bought DLC for Just Dance games back on the Wii, and they still have that DLC now because they bought it, right? But like, I can't go and buy that DLC anymore because it's not available. It'll be the same idea. It's like, if anything does, we all know, especially from the situation that happened with Unlimited, that at some point these rights will likely expire. By owning the base game, you own those songs forever, okay? So you there with JD23, you own those songs. They can't take those away from you. But putting them into Plus means that if the rights ever run out, they can take them back. And it's the same with the song packs. Like, I bought some of the song packs because although I have Just Dance Plus, I would be sad to ever lose those songs. So I've bought them so that in case anything ever happens, if they ever get removed, I own them. I own those songs. And like this is just giving another option of how to have access to songs in Just Dance. The same way as I talked about it with the song packs, it's exactly the same idea. And I think it's really smart because, again, not everyone is necessarily bothered about buying every base game. But if somebody's recently bought 2025, they can access 2023 songs now for however long they're on Plus by paying for Plus instead. And for some people, that's their preference. For other people like me, I prefer to own everything because if they ever take it away from me, if they ever take I Like the Way You Kiss Me away from me, I will throw a paddy. So I bought it. And camera scoring for these, I don't give a fuck, lol, add them all you want. Exactly. And this is the thing. I feel like it's the trade. Because this problem, you can't spend tons of time putting camera scoring onto songs. Like, and then just have them sit there. They're not going to make any more money by doing that if you already own 23, because you already own it, you know? People are, and it's not the kind of thing where people are going to flock out and run and go and buy 23 because you added camera scoring. So like this is like the exchanges. You can have camera scoring, but we're going to put them on Plus to try and recoup the money to compensate the time that's being put in. It's smart. And I think it just makes a lot of sense. And like, as they say, some songs won't make it. So irregardless, if you have 23 or 24, you will own some songs that other people don't have. They've added for it. Yes, exactly. If people decide they like it and they play the 23 songs and they go, oh, well, actually, I like this, I want to own it.
The Just Dance Controller app also received a new update on iOS
oh,
and Android.
New update.
You can now pair your smartphone instantly by just scanning a QR code displayed on your console.
I love you. I didn't know about this. That's so slay.
You can now pair your smartphone instantly by just scanning a QR code displayed.
Thank the Lord, because one of the reasons I don't use camera scoring very often is because I'm lazy. I'm lazy. So basically, rather than having to actually do the connecting all the time, you'll just beep a code and it'll immediately pair with your console. No faff, no nothing, it's just going to immediate pair, is essentially, he's saying instantly. I might actually use camera scoring now. Because your girl was too lazy to set that up. I was too lazy to set that up. I'm going to be so honest. It's why I never use it.
On your console. No more manual code needed. And if you still prefer entering a code, that option is of course still available. On top of that, we're also rolling out scoring updates on a selection of existing Just Dance Plus maps, including fan favorites. These updates...
Again, I'm going to be honest. I never really care about scoring updates. I get some of y'all like it. I don't care.
Are meant to improve scoring consistency across the service, helping ensure a more consistent experience overall.
Mine didn't work though, my QR code before.
And we're excited to keep refining the experience across the catalog. This year, we'll also be adding new maps to Just Dance Plus.
New maps!
For example, 360 by Charli XCX is planning to join the service as a brand new map.
I love 360. So first of all, I love 360. I am currently all for new maps to modern songs. That's how we get people loving Just Dance again in the modern era. It's just what needs to be done. I arguably would say in Just Dance Plus right now, we have pretty much all the classics, right? We have the icon, we have the icons now. We have Timber was kind of the last real icon. Okay, but we have Rasputin, we have Timber, we have Hot and Cold, we have most of those ones. Like, it's rare now. In like the last couple of cons I went to at the end of last year, it was rare I wouldn't have something that I was being asked for. See, but to a lot of people, Rockefeller Skank isn't an icon. And this is the thing, they've done a great job at making sure those super iconic, what everyone knows, have made it on. But now they're looping back to trying to go for these iconic songs. Apple did crazy work. When Apple dropped on here, my engagement shot through the roof. And that's normally a sign that something's doing well. And this is clearly like the route that we need to be going down now to get people in love with Just Dance again in the modern era and not be so focused on all these old school songs. Just like to have the scoring consistency. Yeah, I know. Like, I know it's good. It's good for the consistency. I fully agree. It's just not for me. I just don't really care. But I understand it for the dance as a whole. Julia, come back again. I would have still preferred 365, but 360 is the bot regardless. I think 360 makes more sense. Hello. Sorry, we're just yapping. I'm good. I'm just shading the Just Dance community again, like I like to do every once in a while. It was just a way to scan it down. Yeah, as I say, it didn't do anything. It didn't actually connect anything for me. I'm so excited for this. I think new maps have been the way forward for a while. Honestly. And something I'm noticing is that there's clearly certain artists that are more able to be in like the plush drops than the main game. Because like Charlie XCX, this is now, she's got most of her songs aren't bass. Does she have any bass? Because she didn't have a song this year, did she? She didn't, did she? She's only been in plus. Apple was plus. 360's plus. Back on 2015. Yeah, so she's not been... It's good one's Charlie XCX. It just seems like that some of these artists are moving over more to being in plus, which I'm guessing possibly is to do with the rights. Because I guess the problem with the base games is it's like rights forever. No worries, you keep working on your art, lovely. So maybe that's what it is. But there is some artists that seem to be becoming consistent, like JD plus rather than base game. And I'm going to assume it has something to do with the rights. What's that? My sister's been buying batteries. Just if you were wondering. Honestly, I've been so busy today. Like, so busy. No comment. I plead the fifth. Mateo, I plead the fifth. To be fair though, have you all seen... So, when we're talking about new maps as well, just like... It's not telling me the ad is running. Is the ad not running? Is there no ad? Have I been scammed? I could have been scammed. I'm going to keep talking, and then if I see the ad thing pop up, I'll stop talking. So if you've been keeping up on social media, if you follow any of the Just Dance dancers, you'll actually have seen... Of course, it's going to say starts now. Frig. Okay, I'm going to... Go be quiet for 3 minutes. I hate it here. Freaking ads. I want to yap. I want to yap. I can't because the ad's running. I don't want anyone to miss it. Oh, I don't want to miss it. So I'm going to be quiet for 3 minutes. Say hi to Jet for 3 minutes. Hello. Entertain them for 3 minutes, the subscribers. Oh, you just fart. He farted. He actually just farted on me. That was so... Oh my god, it smells so bad. It actually smells so bad. Was that necessary? That stunk so bad. What is it with cats wanting to fart on you? Pure tenor. Why is that a thing? Because it's kind of crazy work. Honestly, I say he loves me. I'm starting to question if this love is real. Oh my god. And I've had such a long day, man. I've been working my day job while trying to work my content creating and hosting stuff. I've been over, like, I've been sat with, like, my actual PC on trying to do stuff over here, my work PC here, my phone here, just jumping back and forth trying to do so much. I'm so behind. I'm getting back. Con has put me so behind on multiple things. It's actually crazy. Actually crazy work. So now I'm like this. I'm like, trying to just keep my head above water. I'm like, helping me. Jet used gas attack. It was very effective. It was. A little too effective. I think if I log in tomorrow, I can probably get caught up on everything. It also didn't help. My manager's not very well. I've come back to work and manager's not very well. So he logged off partway through the day. So then I was like, damn, I can't do my usual multitasking. I've got to focus on this one thing. And it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I've got better things to do, honestly, than do my job. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Okay, 22. 21, 20, 19, 18. This is the longest 3 minutes of my life. I just want to yap. Do you want to yap? Maybe I'll just start yapping to Jet in the ad breaks. Yeah. Okay, we're back. Right. Welcome back. So, as I was saying, if you're thinking about new maps, if you've been keeping an eye, you might have seen that Nadej was back in the studio this past week. Shirley and Gwen were in the studio at the same time together this week. So that's like 2 maps right there. That's like 2 maps right there. From our divas. Exactly. So like, I don't even think this is going to, like, I actually weirdly think we're going to get quite I think we're going to get a surprising amount of new songs. Which is unexpected, to be honest.
We've seen a lot of love for this song from the community, and we can't wait for you to experience it on Just Dance Plus. And more new maps will be announced later this year, so stay tuned. We're also launching this spring a brand new music pack, Wonder Tales.
This pack takes place
in the Melodia Realms Danceverse, a universe full of magic, tales, and fantasy atmospheres. This music pack includes narrative elements throughout its maps, with places and characters that carry
this is
their
something I
own
talked about
mysteries
before.
and
Hang on, Hugo, I'm going to pause you. This is something I talked about before that I felt like the lore would move to song packs. I have a theory, and I could be so wrong. I have a theory that this is a test to see if this works, and then if this song pack works, they'll then look to finish the rest of the narrative in song packs, is what I think. I could be entirely wrong, but I just like that we're going to kind of get a pack of songs that have a lore connection between them, but you don't need anything else to complete that lore. And I think that's kind of, I think this is a cool way to go with it.
This one will introduce 3 new songs to the service.
3 new
More
songs.
information coming soon, so stay tuned. Before moving on, I also wanted to be transparent about one thing. As some of you know, we usually release additional Just Dance Plus drops throughout the year, bringing back maps from previous editions. This year, however, things are a bit different. With the way licensing conditions work for all the songs, we're not yet certain we'll be able to bring more legacy maps to Just Dance Plus beyond what we already announced. That's why the focus this year is on the songs from Just Dance 2023 and 2024 edition, the camera controller mode applied to the maps from those 2 editions, the new maps coming to the service, and of course our brand new music pack, Wonder Tales. If more opportunities open up during the year, we'll make sure to let you know. But for now,
see, so they're not saying, right, so I just want to clarify this as well. Like, so if you're sat here and you're thinking, oh, it means there's just no legacy songs, they're not saying that. But clearly there's certain legacy songs they're trying to get that they are not managing to get for whatever reason. Now, some of it is likely because they're now asking to put it on essentially a streamed platform, which I imagine complicates some things from the initial, like what they asked for in the first place and stuff like that. So like, they're not saying it won't happen. I'm guessing it's more going to be when they are able to get rights for stuff, we'll get them. But like, I'm getting the vibe that there's a degree of red tape that we're trying to make our way through. And this was we're always going to hit this bite point. And I think this is something that people think about a lot. Like, there was always going to be this bite point at some point with the live service platform and adding old songs where the old songs would just become really difficult to get. With the way that rights have moved on, as I said before, the way that some artists are like separated from their music. Some artists don't even exist anymore that have been in Just Dance. Like, so they don't, so like to make that work is going to be, we're always going to hit a point like this. And they're not saying no. They're not saying no. They're just saying, right now, there's a barrier between us and those songs. So if we can get through the barrier for some of them songs, you can have them. But if we can't, for now, legacy song consistent updates
we wanted
can't
to
be
set
done
clear
enough.
Expectations and share the
Which makes
reality
sense.
behind these choices. To summarize, here's what you can expect from Just Dance Plus.
But some labels are difficult to work with. And some labels, so some artists have a degree of control. They might not own their own songs, but they have a degree of control. Like, it very much varies, and it varies a lot label to label. K-pop in particular, some of their labels can be really tricky, but also like something, and like some artists will just make it that they want to charge a stupid amount for the rights to stuff as well. Some labels want to charge stupid amounts for the stuff that because the artist doesn't exist anymore, they'll charge like. So there's a lot of reasons it can vary a ton. Also, like some it's just a belief thing. So some don't have like a rights. It's all very complicated. It's so different. Any Just Dance will tell you producing Just Dance content is hard because the DMCA for everything can be so different. One song might be totally fine. Another song's banned in 17 countries. Another song is banned in one country. Another song you can't use at all. And like, that's just a reflection of it from what we get to see. I dread to think what these guys have to deal with, honestly, in the current day and age. So, you know, there was always going to be a point where it was going to have to be more of
Just Dance 23 and 24 edition with
but
camera
I
control
think they're
mode
doing really well
available
with
for
it
that.
all.
Scoring updates on fan favorites Just Dance
I mean,
maps,
it's just the recap.
new highly anticipated maps releasing
still love
throughout the
this
year,
jumper.
and a new themed music pack, Wonder Tales, including 3 new songs. Thank you so much for your passion and your energy. We know some of the decisions we share today come with changes, and we truly hope
And it is
these
a
updates
change.
help you understand
But
why
change
we
is
had to
okay.
make them. We're doing our best every day to make Just Dance Plus exciting, consistent, and fun to come back to. And most of all, we hope you're excited about everything that's coming next. Take care, keep dancing, and we'll see you soon for more
Bye,
updates.
Hugo. Thank you for the update. What a cute patoot. He's such a cute patoot. I just want to say, it was Hugo who worked... There's my white screen to help me with the lighting. Hugo was the one who did my community spotlight stuff, and what a sweetheart, by the way. So anyone hating on the people posting on the socials, they're cute patooties. Shauna, you go into cutie patooties, leave them alone. They didn't decide all this, so stop being rude to them. You're rude to them, I'm just gonna... Yeah, like, as I say, so the perk that I got, hang on, I'm just going to flick back. So the reason why I've had more time, that is now too white, okay. The reason why I've been able to do this is because they did tell me early, okay? And I'm going to be so honest about that. I knew early. So I had time, first of all, to be disappointed, okay? The initial feeling was, I felt a little bit of a, ugh. But then I did what I like to call the MZ thing. And I went and I started actually looking into each bit. And to be fair, some of the things there I didn't actually know about. It was like a vague summary. But I took that information and I went looking. I went looking to see what it all actually means. And when you really look at it, it's actually kind of interesting. And kind of fun. And we're going to get more new stuff, like new. I know legacy songs are fun because we have certain songs that we really like, but we're going to get new. And actually, I think that's weirdly a cool step for Just Dance is to get away from all this legacy stuff and go into the new. As I say, the price thing, honestly, I think they could have upped it more. When I started actually really looking into like battle passes and similar services, they could have easily charged us $8.99, like for sure, for a month, like legit, like, and they didn't. But if you compare it to other similar services, they so could have. And like, again, like I know nobody wants prices to go up. Like it's all these, and I got to have that time. But what I think the thing that I don't like here is that people are being hateful. Hate gets us nowhere. It doesn't get us anywhere. You can be disappointed. Of course you can. But then if you actually sit and take the time to really think it through and reflect on it, it's not what it seems. It's just because we got used to something, which arguably was never going to stay the same. But we just hadn't thought about it yet. We just hadn't processed and thought about it yet. And actually, I think this could be a really cute and cool new era for Just Dance. And I'm personally, the more I've been able to process it, the more excited I am. But I'm glad it helps. I'm really glad it helps. I am, because like, as I say, like, I think it's very easy to hear these things. And I think the problem is, like, obviously these are all being dropped in like a compacted package. So it feels way worse as well. It feels way worse, but it's not that bad. Actually, there's a few things to take from it that we haven't even touched on it, which is like, Ubisoft aren't trying to kill our game. That's amazing news. Like, they could have said, oh, no new stuff. We're cutting all of this stuff. Just Dance can just keep adding old songs and we're not going to get anything new. That's not what's happened. By the looks of it, because the way the timeline is as well for if hang on, that's what I was going to try and pull up. Actually, I wanted to pull up the to show you, so I can like visually show you what I mean in a minute. I want to visually like show you guys what I'm on about. Am I going to out myself by doing this? Sure, it's fine. This isn't even my account, but you know what? We don't worry about it. It should do the job. Yes, exactly. Actually, arguably, so when you look at this, let me pull it all nice and big. Okay, so obviously we've got Money Pull Up to start the year off. Then we're going to get all these drops of 23 songs. Slay. Then we move into getting 360 in February. That's quite soon. For new songs, we've arguably got 2 new songs pretty early in the timeline. Where have you been, or Limbo? Yeah, and the thing is, what I don't want to happen and would never want to happen when we think about songs like that is, yes, okay, we'd love Where Have You Been, but if we haven't got it yet, why? And all I can think is, especially with what Just Dance have kind of said today, it's either too expensive or there's red tape to get to the rights. And to be fair, the more I thought about it, Where Have You Been used to be in so many shows and music things. Hey, Void Dragon, welcome in. So we're talking about series. We're in the zone. Apologies, but welcome on in, Raiders. We're just yapping. I hope you had a good stream, lovely. Guys, if you're not following Void Dragon, please do. I don't want Just Dance to blow a budget on Where Have You Been and then we don't get new stuff. I wouldn't want that. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of the way that like I personally like look at it from my perspective. But like we're already by the end of February going to have 2 brand new songs. Now, I'm not a Money Pull Up fan. I'm excited for 360. Those who have Just Dance Plus but don't own 23, which is actually quite a lot of people, will have access to 23. Awesome. And we're all going to get camera scoring for those songs. So I'm kind of excited. I'm a little excited for the resurgence of JD23 because I liked 23. Then it says we're going to get a new song in March, 3 new songs for the Wonder Tales pack in spring. And then it says in spring also, it says new songs. It doesn't say new song like the other ones. It says new songs. So in spring, we're going to get, like, and if you count spring as like April, May, June, in the space of 3 months, it sounded like we at least get 5 new songs. At least. Because new songs implies at least 2, and then the 3 from the winter. So, like, because then to me, July is summer. So this is just the start. And it literally has more to come this month. So before we even hit the end of spring, we're at least going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new songs. That's a good amount, right? Like when you actually think about it and sit and process, and that's just assuming that new songs only means 2. It could mean 3. It could mean I don't know. But obviously, I'm just going on like what the minimum amount that they could give us would be. That's a lot of songs. Brand new songs we can all enjoy as a community together and see for the first time together. And I love that so freaking much. And the fact that we are getting so many new songs tells me that that Ubisoft aren't trying to cut Just Dance off at the ankles. That's amazing. Again, it's all great news. And I think it's like that daunting thing of, oh, they're packaging it in this way, they're delivering this information, I feel sad. It's change. We don't all like change. But like, this is positive. It might not seem it, but there's so much about this that is very, very positive. And I know for us who've been playing Just Dance for a long time, legacy songs mean a lot. But to the people who are coming to Just Dance these days, as I say, like when I go to events now, especially like after Timber dropped, I don't think I ever really have said to anybody. I don't have that. Whereas I used to have to say it all the time. Last year was awful. There were so many songs, like iconic songs we didn't, and Timber was always asked for and I never had it. So like we're kind of at the end of those songs now. I think Where Have You Been is probably the only one kind of left where I do feel like there's a little bit of a raw spot. I'll agree. But everything else is tailored more to the new era anyway. So like I really want Montero, but 89% of people who come to anything Just Dance don't know Montero exists. So I think they may be doing a good thing as well by like refocusing on new and going down that angle, especially like realistically, Just Dance has to grow. Just Dance has to make money. They're a business. We can't keep looking at it like it's not, okay? Like, yes, there's art in it and all this stuff, but it is still a business. Ubisoft still have to make money off the game. Like, that's just a fact. So, like, they need to appeal to a bigger audience. They've got to. So by bringing in these new songs, we need to connect more with new people. And this is what they're trying to do here, and I think that's so huge. Did you want Vetra solely nodding? Yeah. Like we as people who play the game all the time have a lot of feelings, but that don't necessarily align with a business point of view. And it's okay that we feel that way. We love this game. We've loved this game for such a long time. We have to we have to sort of in nostalgia move forward and try and grow this game again, grow this community again, bring it back to people. Make people want to buy it for the stuff that's in it now and what's happening now. I want to stop hearing that Just Dance is a game people played as a kid. I want to start hearing, I picked up Just Dance game for the first time today because they added 360 by Charlie XCX. That's what I want to start hearing. And this is the way to start that process. And I think this is also why adding in the 23 and 24 songs is really good, because it's way more current songs. So also for the younger people, a lot of the things we have in Just Dance just don't resonate with them because the songs are so old. So bringing in some of these songs from the newer games will really help the younger audience get back into it too. I'm just going to scroll up a little bit because I know some people said some things that I did miss. Oh, there we go. Rihanna / her team have been so off. Yes, let's be honest, we're not getting anything Rihanna. You struggle to post anything Rihanna on any platform. The reality is we're not going to get it. So maybe and that's why we have to start thinking like maybe the nostalgia just has to like wash off us for a hot sec. You know? Just Dance aren't trying to hurt. This is the other thing as well. People act, especially in the comments, like they're trying to hurt us. Just Dance aren't trying to hurt us. They're trying to make the best with what they have, which is obviously whatever Ubisoft gives them, and that's not necessarily at the best point right now. But we're getting a lot. It just doesn't... I think the problem is, and as I say, and I talked about this at the beginning, and if you missed it at the beginning, we got content dumped in 23 and 24 because the service was so bare. The service is now not there anymore. So now we have to kind of re-loop at this as if it is a perpetual, continual live service. So we're kind of in the era where Just Dance is actually going to get normal and regular in a way. And that's great, really, when you think about it. We're in the period where things are leveling out, things are getting fixed, apps are getting fixed, scoring's getting fixed. Like that, you know what I mean? There's all these things that like we're kind of a real game now. And I also think this is why they now want to appeal to a wider audience too. There wasn't as much of a push in like 23, 24 era to get new people to play the game because the game had a lot of issues. The game is leveling out now. So this is where they can now turn it into a proper service, I guess. Which is, again, the smart thing to do, the reality of the game, really. We just think, I say, it's just this weird way we've put it in our heads that's the real issue, I guess. And it's okay, and really Just Dance should have maybe... I think the problem is that Just Dance, I don't think necessarily knew where this was all going when we started this process. So they couldn't be like, hey, for the first little bit, we're going to like dump you with stuff and then it's going to peter off, blah, 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 blah. But it makes sense because there's only so many legacy songs anyway. This was gonna happen. So like, you know, when you really start thinking about and take the time to like step away, breathe, process, it's like, And I got that time. And I'm seeing people obviously reacting in real time. And I get their feelings, but I don't think my issue is that a lot of people are speaking from pure momentary reading something and not actually sitting and reflecting on what that really actually means. Other people are comparing the speed of JDU's schedule when Ubisoft did have money to add stuff. So of course it's going to feel worse. Plus, thank you for the follow. Unlimited was a very different beast. And with Unlimited, as we know, they end up having to remove half the songs anyway because the rights expired. Unlimited was viewed in a way, at least from what I see as somebody who from what I can gather, is that Unlimited was viewed as a limited time thing anyway, which is why so many rights for so many of the songs lapsed all at the same time, right? Unlimited theoretically was not meant to be a perpetual live service, so it doesn't have the same rights situation as anything else. They clearly got the rights for X amount of time. A bunch of them lapsed because that they didn't make Unlimited to be what Just Dance Plus is, which is why they're two different things. It's not the same thing. And they didn't view it as the same thing. So, it felt like we were getting a lot, but it's probably because the rights that they were asking for were like, oh, we want the rights to this song for, well, what? We got songs removed, was it last year or the year before? So, oh, we want rights to this song for 3 years. Yeah, great. Possibly because they already knew what they were planning to do with 23, 24, etc. as well. So, a lot of these issues probably weren't such an issue with Unlimited. But the good thing about Plus is they're going into it going for rights for a live service that is meant to last a long time. So in theory, we shouldn't have things removed super often. If that makes sense. Hey, DZ23, sorry, we're in serious Just Dance analyzing mode. I've played JD since JD2, and the way JD has evolved over the years is so incredible. I love it. Exactly. It's really impressive. And I saw somebody say somewhere, I can't remember where it was now, that they felt the quality of Just Dance maps has gone down, and I just think that's crazy. And that's crazy to think. I think Just Dance is basically producing full music videos at this point. It's kind of wild. Honestly, sometimes, good luck, babe, I put on my second monitor and watch as if it is a music video. You know? So, it's come a really, really long way, and it's trying to move with the times. And this is something a lot of games don't ever look to do, is move with the times. Just Dance is trying to do that here for us to keep this game going for even longer, for hopefully another 10 years. Hopefully I'll be retired from Just Dancing by the time before Just Dance dies, you know? And that's a really cool thing. That's a really cool thing they're trying to do. They're not just letting it, unlike so many other games, they're not just getting it to a point and walking away. And that's again, in this current era where lots of games are dying, there's a whole initiative called Stop Killing Games. We don't have to worry about that because Just Dance are freaking moving, vibing, doing the thing. Sorry, hang on. Just the amount of people who don't know JD still makes games. Yes, so many people don't know Just Dance still makes games. But if they start jumping on some of these songs that are newer, we're gonna get more people knowing. I think the problem is that a lot of the content that even content creators, I'm guilty of it, that we make is based on old songs. So people assume that Just Dance doesn't exist anymore. Kind of wish we could have a list of songs so that they've concretely know can never come to Plus. Thing is that it's with music rights, it's a never say never. That's the only problem. One day, Rihanna, even though she's a grumpy grump, Rihanna might turn around one day and go, well, I need the money now so you can have the rights. So it's never going to be that black and white. Unfortunately, things like rights for stuff are not that black and white. Yeah, it's a really ebb and flow kind of beast. They decided to reveal 360 for today. Yeah, I think it was really nice. I'm so excited for 362 Void Dragon. Honestly, now I feel like as a veteran, Just Dance coming back to the games now, I feel like inspiring new people to come in and push towards the future instead of focusing on the past. Yes, we've spent a long time really focused on the past. And I think it's something that you notice, as I'm growing. So obviously, as I say, I get to kind of see a lot of things that a Just Dancer in their bedroom don't get to see. right? So a lot of you are probably just at home enjoying the game in your free time. I get to take it out there and do things with it. And the more I'm going places and doing things and bringing new songs, the more those new songs gets requested. The more like people will hear, like I remember when Melanie Martinez got put in the game. And although I'm not a Melanie Martinez fan, the number of people would come up going, oh, I heard Just Dance is a Melanie Martinez song. Can we do it? This is what we're pushing towards. And like I go to events now and there's people who are literally picking up the game to come and dance it with me at events because suddenly they know it's a thing again. And it's so important. It's so important to keep the game going because we're all getting older. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. At some point, Just Dance is going to have to come up with a contingency plan because at some point, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. Me, Cammy, and Ash are all about the same age. And we do most of the Just Dance stuff here in the UK. What are they going to do? They need a new era of people. They could have kept us in the... And this, yes, this is the thing. They didn't have to tell us. Realistically, a lot of games don't tell you. At least not until the final hour. They are telling us. And the fact we even get a roadmap is kind of huge. A lot of games don't even get roadmaps these days. So we have to like take the wins. I'm sorry, but I don't like this. What do you not like? Tell me what you don't like, and I'll see if I can help. You don't have to necessarily like it. Like, I wouldn't say I love that there's no legacy songs. I'm still dying for Montero so badly every single day of my life. But I understand it, and I'm actually hopefully so excited to see like a surge of people playing the game who never played the game. Because that's one of my favorite things. Closure Sense maps has gone down. Meanwhile, the maps went from static back. Yeah, I know. Maybe I don't understand it or something, but it seems they're struggling to bring new content to the game. There's loads of new content here. Why would you think there's not a lot of new content? Question mark. What? You're going to have to explain, because like, so I just did the maths. I don't know if you were here when I did the maths. Before we even hit June, July, like before we hit summer this year, we get 8 new songs, minimum. That's minimum. 8 brand new songs, which is a lot. And then they literally say more to come this summer. So we'll have all the summer era as well. That's a lot of new songs. I'd love to know what you mean. Because, like, if you mean legacy songs, this was always going to happen eventually. Bring up the whole stop killing movement. Why? Why? I don't want games to die. Yes, that's exactly what it is. But there's a reason for that, and it's that rights. So what Just Dance is saying is we've reached a point with rights for a service like this where we've hit a wall, and either rights are too much money or there's complications with rights. We were talking about Rihanna earlier. Rihanna is such a pain in the butt with her rights. So we've reached a point where Just Dance has kind of reached a bit of a wall. They're still going to try and get Just Dance Plus stuff for us. They never said we're never getting any anymore, but we're just going to get them when they can get them. And that was always going to happen because, as we were saying earlier, there's only so many legacy songs. There's only so many. And as we start to hit, it was slowing down for a while. And I'd kind of already taken the assumption that this was probably due to things outside of Just Dance's control. And as I say, artists and labels do all sorts of weird, funky things with their rights. As we say, Rihanna's like a prime example of that. But arguably, we don't need Just Dance Plus drops anymore. We have a lot of the legacy songs. They'll bring us what they can when they can. But they're not going to be scheduled because there's not enough of it to schedule at this stage. And there's always a limit. There's always a limit. It was always going to happen. It was always a part and parcel of like what was going to happen. And actually, I just really like that we're going to get a lot of new. I don't think, as I was saying before, like I don't think the game can't continue surviving off just adding legacy songs. And I would rather we focus on new songs and bringing in new community and make sure the game lives on. They can make it exactly. There's only so much new content as well they can make in a year. And actually, they're doing, as I say, 8 songs before we even get to spring, and that's minimum. Again, as I say, I'm going to keep repeating that because new songs could mean 2, it could mean 10. I don't know, but like at bare minimum. I'm also looking forward to the song pack. Yes, I'm so excited for the song pack. I really hope this works. I hope this song pack with the law. Thank you for the sub. I hope this song pack with the law goes really well.
It is so cold back here home in Denmark.
I hope this song pack goes really well for the law, because then I'm hoping it means more law song packs. And I would be so hype about that. Don't know about anyone else, but I'd be very excited. We have, and at the start they did so many huge ones. Again, there's only so many Just Dance Plus drops. At some point, even if they did manage to get the rights for all of them, we're always going to hit an end point. Because there's only so many. Ooh la! Plus, we've reached where the catalogue is big. Yeah, the catalogue is huge. I'm sure Ash actually, during the podcast, did double check. And there are actually more songs on Just Dance Plus than there was on Just Dance Unlimited now. But it's so cold back here. It's cold here. There's actually a storm outside right now. I'm in here hiding, streaming to you guys. Yes, I'm so happy that we're going to get camera scoring too, Void Dragon. Yeah, rights are so thorny and the ebb and flow. And as I say, like, maybe Rihanna one day will stop being pedantic and let us have them. But for now, we probably can't. And it's going to be like that for a lot of the songs. Plus, so many of the songs, like, as I say, like, the artists don't even exist anymore. Some of the labels probably don't exist anymore. Hadn't even thought about that, but you're right, like, some of the labels probably don't even exist, right? Some of these songs are from 10 or more years ago. But hopefully I've been able to explain it pretty well. This isn't a bad thing. It just feels kind of bad because we got used to something, which is so fair. We did get used to something. And arguably, I just don't think anyone thought this far forward, including myself. It wasn't until I started to look into it where I was like, actually, this isn't as bad as it looks. And as I say, I still think in the era of freaking cost and stuff, the little they're putting up Just Dance Plus by is actually not bad. I don't like costs going up. And yes, the songs I would still like. Yes, I'm a little disappointed that they might not come to Just Dance Plus now. But I'm excited for what I feel like is like, weirdly like the real era of what Just Dance 2023 was supposed to be. Like, I almost feel like what we're going to get this year is what it was supposed to be like. I'm just a girl who loves a little bit of research, and I do, like, I understand the immediate feeling of passion about something. I so get it. But there's so many other factors at play. And again, like, I have this joy that a lot of Just Dancers don't have of I interact with the sort of casual community as well as you guys who are really into it. And I think for the casual community, this is gonna slap. And I think for us, it could slap. We just need to, like, get in there, be invested. But also, if you do have feedback, this is the other thing I just want to point out. Like, if you do have feedback and you're in here and you're listening to me and you've left a mean comment on a Just Dance post, let's not be hateful. First of all, the people putting out the post are the social media managers. They aren't the people you need to speak to if you do have issue. But if you do have issue, be constructive with it. Give them a constructive viewpoint. Ask them questions. They're really good at answering questions. Ask them questions. Be constructive. No, you can't just sit there and go, please give us all the songs in Just Dance Plus. They're telling you they can't. But is there something you would like to see? I know for me, if I was to give Just Dance feedback at this stage, I would be like, on top of this, it would kind of slay if we could have some more cosmetics this year. That's something I would like. In a way, like, you know, I know these things are unreasonable, but something that I know would be reasonable is to say, hey, I would love some cosmetics this year. Like, going forward, that we get more regular, you know, now that we maybe don't need to do these Just Dance Plus drops, in exchange, could we get more cosmetics? Things like that, so okay to ask about. But like, we don't need to be hateful, and also you need to be reasonable. If you're going to provide criticism, be reasonable about what that criticism actually is. Yeah, I would pay, like, so say Wonder Tales, for example, right? The music pack. This is like something that I've thought about before. Maybe Just Dance see this, maybe they'd understand. Maybe they'll see it and get it. So Wonder Tales, for example, one of my thoughts was, okay, so the song's going to Just Dance Plus, but wouldn't it be cool that if you buy the pack, you got a special avatar and like a couple of emotes or something with the pack? So like, because I normally buy the packs anyway because I like owning the songs, I like knowing I own them. So then, as I say, if anything gets taken off Plus, I won't be upset. So it'd be cool, like, as like a bonus, like, oh, if you buy this pack, you get a couple of new avatars. It'd be cool if when they drop the Just Dance 2023 stuff, we maybe get a couple of extra avatars from those. Like, you know, I could see them doing something where they like bundle in some cosmetics into a pack. I would also pay for like a small cosmetics pack. Because was it 24 we didn't really get any? Was it 24 we didn't get avatars for? Or was it 25? There was 1 year we didn't get like really any cosmetics at all. Was it 25? If they did like a pack of cosmetics for like, yeah. So if they did a pack of cosmetics for 25 and went, look, you can have cosmetics, but you need to pay £2. I'll pay £2 for the cosmetics. Gamer, I think... So personally, I didn't like World Dance Floor. I talk about this more on the podcast. I was not a World Dance Floor person, to be honest. It was always the same all the time. The same few people at the top. You couldn't see your friends in the list. There was never a chance to scroll. It's like, I had a lot of issues with World Dance Floor. I think what would be great is if they can now, hopefully with the extra time they hopefully have from not doing these Just Dance Plus drops, come back to multiplayer and look to improve it. It's something I hope for. It has gotten better for me. We have not had... I moved to the Switch 2 because they kind of gifted me one. And the Switch 2 has been vastly better. We have not had nearly as many issues as we've had in the past. So I would like to hope that it will only improve. I just don't know. I don't know what I'd want, but I don't think World Dance Floor is quite what I... If anything, do you know what I would like? If I could pick anything to have of a World Dance Floor format, I think it would be a happy hour. So, like, rather than it being World Dance Floor 24/7, 7 days a week, there's maybe, there's a happy hour once a week where we can all hop on in a World Dance Floor style. Rather than a perpetual thing. But it would be kind of cool if there could be, like, I guess, an isolated happy hour once a week where we could join the happy hour. That would be cool. And arguably probably more manageable. Yeah, like, I think the problem with World Dance Floor itself was that it was... I think the problem with World Dance Floor itself was that it was, like, a permanent thing that would take up a lot of capacity. Unity doesn't support World Dance Floor. What? Why? If you don't mind me asking, if you could explain, 'cause I would love to know. I'd love to know. I didn't know that was possibly the issue. But I think lobbies, as I say, I think what could be really great about the changes that they're making this year is it could give time back, or like I like to hope it would give time back to go back to like working on multiplayer. They've got more time to work on the scoring issues. That's something I'm hoping for. Is like maybe we can get back to working on... I think because the Just Dance sort of rhythm is stabilizing because we don't need to have all these push drops anymore, etc., that hopefully we can get back to kind of working on game quality, game patches, stuff like that. I'm doing a lot of I was just talking about multiplayer earlier. I've been doing a lot of the recently, and the moment of drops we have or freeze is bad, but maybe finding a way to incorporate camera scoring into multiplayer too if they could. And I think that's something that will come. I think with them adding more camera scoring in the game now, with the 23-24 drops, I can so see camera scoring becoming more of a thing for the game. I think there just wasn't enough songs to make it worthwhile before. But like, if you do have feedback for the team, give them the feedback. The Just Dance team are great at taking on feedback. The problem is that what I'm seeing, or have been seeing since they posted it, is just a lot of hate. A lot of, I'm really upset. Why would you raise the price and give us less? But actually what you've got to remember is you paid the previous price back in 2023 when the service had nothing. Now the service has a lot, is getting at least 8 new songs added in the next few months. It does make sense if you really sit and like take stock a little. I'd say you don't have to like necessarily like it or love it. I don't know if I necessarily like it or love it until it starts happening. Like, I can't say I do. But if it goes the way that I hope it'll go, it could really bring in a new era, which is what Just Dance needs, because it's what Ubisoft needs. And arguably this year I'm working on, I can't talk about them properly yet because they're not all planned, but some of the changes that have been happening with Ubisoft and Just Dance may be leading to me being able to do more things. So however much we're sat here, like, so however much we can sit here and be like upset and disappointed about some things, I can see some things that you guys can't see or know about yet that could be really great that we're gonna get to do because things have shifted and changed at Ubisoft and Just Dance. So, does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have anything they want to ask me? Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any thoughts, any feelings? You can have any thoughts and feelings you like. You can say you don't like the change. That's okay. I'm not going to judge you, but I am going to help you try and cope with your feelings. Because I know it was, I do know I got a sinking feeling in my stomach when I first read the email that they sent me. I did, but sometimes you just have to take stock. Me too. I can't wait to hear more about it. I imagine we'll maybe get more about it after the song in March. So we might be waiting a hot minute. But obviously we've got a couple of songs coming out before then. So I think we'll be waiting a minute. But I'm excited because you know what? Wonder Tales has me excited because I think the coach designs are going to slay. I'm so excited. Because I'm sure it's like... It's... With the place that it's based on, the designs could be so good. Euphoria is part of the package of the returning songs. Euphoria is already in the game. Or am I crazy? Oh, as in one that they'll pass them with a song pack? Possibly. Oh, and you're thinking they'll do a new song? Maybe. More Loreen? Maybe. I'm hoping the song in March is Baby No Money. What songs do I think will be in that? I don't know. I actually don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Because I was thinking about the theme and I was thinking about songs that have been out recently. I did think maybe Midnight Sun. Right? And my reasoning for this is sort of left field. But you know how they dropped the law recently about the Counting Stars coach and the coach of the Woman All Mother version? I thought maybe Midnight Sun because of what they say, because like she's perpetually sun and he is perpetually the night and the stars. I did think, is there going to be something Midnight Sun? Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist, but it just gave me that vibe when I was thinking about it. And then obviously their gods, goddesses, they tie in with like god, goddess, mythical energy. So I was like, cooking. Right, I think I'm onto something. But I could be, do you know what? I'm a little conspiracy theorist, so don't listen to me. But it just felt like it could be a thing. But I just thought it was weird how they kept mentioning like he's the night and she's the day. And for some reason, the entire time I was watching the video, I was thinking Midnight Sun, and then they mentioned the pack and I was like, and I would not complain. I would love that song. So, yeah. I don't know about any of the others, but also Midnight Sun does give kind of that vibe where they could be quite creative with it too. So, and Zara Larsson loves us. So, slay Zara. And we didn't get any Zara in the base game, so I'm still convinced that Zara is coming. So even if it doesn't come in the pack, something in this batch is going to be Zara. I believe it in my soul. Hear me out. I'm waiting. I'm hearing you out. Tit for tat. I would love that, but let's be real. Benjamin already had to fight for Tate McRae. We ain't getting no more Tate McRae. I don't think. Yet. It was so good. It was really sweet. I actually really liked the way they've been dropping love. Because like, I like that the law's not super clear in 2026, but that we're getting like these law drops. So like it doesn't matter if you do or don't know the law, but if you like law, we're getting it anyway. And I think it's really nice. And if you don't like law, you can just pretend it's not there. Which arguably is why I think these song packs are great as well. Because if you don't like law, you can just not worry about the song pack. Does everyone feel a little bit better? Does everyone feel a little bit better? Are we feeling better about it? Does everyone feel a little bit... Have I helped? Have I helped? I'm so glad. And just if you watch other people's videos, I know some people are planning to make videos quite impulsively in the next like 24 hours. Please know that I have thought about, like, I've had, hang on, I can probably be so honest with you guys. I think I've had a week. They didn't say I couldn't say that they'd told me about it. I just wasn't allowed to tell you before, any of it before today. Let me double check when I found out. Because I just want to make it clear, like, if somebody comes up and says, oh, they really hate it, and you see a video and there's somebody who's really upset by it, I've known for 6 days about this. So I've had time to read everything, to take stock of everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had that time. If you're seeing certain creators react to it in the next like 24 hours, just know they're probably coming from a place of passion, a place of immediate. And when I've said it before, I'm going to say it one more time. I felt sad when I first read it. It was when I started to do the research, which I've had 6 days to do. Plus, like, I talked to people, I've processed it. Like, I can come back feeling a little bit more like level-headed. So please, if you do see people just being outrightly mean, don't engage. If you have feedback for the team, do leave your comments. If you have questions for the team that I haven't answered here today for you, go and ask them. They're lovely. And just, if there is things, like, I'm probably going to mention to them that I would love to see some cosmetics as part of the changes. So yeah. How are you feeling? Are we all good? Are we all good? Did I do a good job? Did I do a good job? Did I do a good job? I think I did a good job. This is what happens when a history student, this is what happens when you get a history degree and you have nothing to use it on, so instead you spend your time researching this stuff. Honestly, it's great use of my degree. Thank you.